Ah,
Hello.
Hi, Tim.
great. I don't have the energy for this.
You don't.
Ow. Fuck.
Get the fuck off of me! Fucking stop!
What?
Fuck was that?
I don't know.
I blame McKinnon.
Hi, Tim.
It's great. You know what? That's how this show's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Unboxed Politics, where Tim talks about political things and we make weird comments in the background.
Oh,
Go to bed. I'll prod you in this world. I'll take you out of it. Get out. Go to bed.
We're being called murder hobos in the side chat.
Good.
I would like to point out I didn't murder anybody.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
did. You touched the last person that went into the murder hole.
I don't know why this is immediately off the rails, but I like it.
Oh, boy.
I only suggested the means of the murder. I didn't actually commit the murder.
Semantics will not save you.
Yeah, you're going to jail with us. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, you guys are.
And why didn't Laura come back when we said Maggie's given up? We got rid of the one that was coercing them. Obviously,
you?
they were working
She's
together.
lying.
Would you? You know that in game she got a notification that the people in her party are dead, right?
Maggie wasn't dead yet when we sent that message. Only Fred.
Frank. But Frank, you definitely murdered the shit out of him.
Only because he was going to murder us.
I mean, he did give up and run away. Or tried to before y'all stabbed him.
Running right into a what? Kibosh? What? We already got somebody timed out. What the hell? Get him. Sick him, guys.
No, don't sick them. Let them troll for a bit. We need the interactions.
That was not a good troll.
New.
At least be creative if you're going to troll.
New rules for the mods. Unless someone is being obviously repetitive.
That was me that did that.
Okay, unless
they
someone's being
immediately went into
obviously
homophobia.
repetitive, well, or they're just if they're saying sick shit in the chat, that's that's a timeout. Or if they're being obviously repetitive, other than that, let it happen.
Yeah, give them timeouts. Let them keep waiting 5 minutes. Make them watch for another 5 minutes.
Yeah, don't make it like 24 hours. Make it like 5 minutes or something. Unless, once again, unless they're obviously a bot and they're just posting the same shit over and over.
Would you like more viewers and clicks?
Even 1 minute. That way they come back for a minute, say one more thing, you time them out for another minute.
Nah, that guy can fuck off. I'll stop doing it though.
Yeah, let the mods mod, please. They have so few joys in life, and smacking an idiot racist is always fun on their list. So I don't like to take it away from them, but they do have to not eat cookies for breakfast.
So I apologize for being so very late to our viewing audience.
He yelled at us and made it our fault and gaslit us like we were the problem.
And then they're like, "Hey Tim, what are we doing on the show?" And I was like, "I just got here, so
well, it is your
I don't know what we're doing.
I got some stuff,
and I am exhausted. So
I thought I put a Charlie Angus video in there last week, but maybe
we can do that.
I'm gonna let someone else steer the ship, and I will just be a crew member.
Oh, we got tonight.
We got a Tammy Duckworth in the tank, and
Governor Walls in the tank.
Governor Walls and a cat Abu Ghazala.
So, all right. Here's the problem I have with all of that.
Don't worry about it.
Y'all are stacking the deck.
Well, maybe you showed up on time. You can pick the lineup.
I'm gonna let them say I'm just gonna be part of the crew, but don't go that way. Look, motherfucker, are you in the bottom of the ship?
Y'all are stacking the deck. And Ollie's got a Charlie Angus video.
Yeah, the Canada and Denmark one that's there.
Y'all are stacking the deck. Stop picking your favorite fucking people
What?
all the time.
For like Canadian content, isn't it?
Okay, Tim. What do you want us to do?
I thought there'd be at least Jamie Raskin yelling at Christy Nome.
Oh, so you do have an idea. You just wanted us to read your mind and then put up
I mean,
the
I
idea
was
for you.
listening to
Okay.
the news in the 2 hours that I was traveling.
What else?
So-
What else am I supposed to read your mind about, sir? What else you want me to know?
I just thought we would lead with the topical stuff.
I mean, we had a backlog,
We
That's
did
last week.
because we didn't have a show last week either.
but it's cool. Just yell at us. It's cool. No, Tim's a bully today. I get it. Watching all them Trump videos, this shit sinking in. He's just like, I'll just blow up the show.
I didn't
teach him.
even say Trump. You don't even have to add Trump, but there's a whole bunch of Christy Nome stuff. There's Pete Hegseth acting like a moron. There's
That's every day.
all
now.
sorts of stuff.
That's not new.
We get that all
It's
the time.
2 days ago. 2 days ago is new.
My Governor Walz one is from yesterday.
Tammy Duckworth.
Yeah,
is from last
I'll
week
admit
before.
mine's from last week, but
Yeah, or 2 weeks
and,
ago.
and it's about something that happened years ago.
Oh, how about this? We all pick one. I'll pick Governor Walz. Mikey, you can do
Duckworth
either way.
or Cat Abugazela. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Go ahead,
it's
let's
not like
just
the
get a
election's
video
coming.
going, guys. Let's just pick one and get it going.
Here, I got an idea, guys. Fuck Tim. Shut up,
All right.
Tim. First, we're gonna do Governor Walz, and Tim can shut his fucking whore mouth just because he's out there hanging out with his cool new friends. He thinks he can just treat us any old kind of
Yeah.
way. Well,
He's a
guess
professor now,
again.
and he's hanging out with professor people.
No, I was busting my ass serving people at a catering gig.
Okay.
Catering to the political elite of the area of the country you live in.
Catering to the
If you mean-
1%.
If you mean a quilt shop an hour and a half from my house, then yes.
Only rich people buy quilts.
Everybody knows that. I just said that the other day. Everyone's like, "Oh, rich people and their quilts." I'm so sleepy. All right, here we go. Tammy Duckworth, for your view and pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen,
You're
thank you for being here. As someone who bled for this country,
Hmm.
I'm horrified that
That
President Trump continues to thrust our
changed a
troops
lot.
into irresponsible, open-ended campaigns with
different.
no clear
Get
authorities,
off your
no
phone, white
set
man.
timeline, no transparent end state, and that extends to President Trump's misuse of the military on American soil. In December, this committee held the
There we go.
hearing that I pushed for on this administration's misuse of the National Guard in American cities. Mr. Didlefson, our exchange during that hearing was very worrisome to me. I gave you the opportunity to clarify to the American people that this administration would not deploy troops across state lines, contrary to the desires of that state, for any mission beyond protection of federal property. You said, and I quote, "I can't commit to that." So you would not commit to not deploying troops across state lines for anything mission other than to protect federal property. So this is where I want to pick up, because I think the American people deserve to know this administration's plans for using the military in their backyards. And in fact, when you try to activate the Illinois National Guard for law enforcement functions and were denied by our governor, whom the people of Illinois elected and have the opportunity to kick out of office if we want to, you
can
sent in
recall
the
our
Texas National Guard to try to do law enforcement functions and were stopped by the courts. Mr. Didlefson, you're nominated to be the senior defense official who will approve use of the military within the United States territory. And during this hearing, you've indicated to my colleagues that there are circumstances that you would advise deploying forces near polling places. And I want to read to you
Oh, boy.
18 U.S.
Hmm.
Code 593, interference by armed forces.
Oops.
And I quote, "Whoever being such officer or member," and this is of the armed forces of the United States, "prevents or attempts to prevent by force, threat, intimidation, advice, or otherwise any qualified voter of any state from fully exercising their right of suffrage at any general or special election."
Whoops.
So in light of 18 U.S. Code 593, please consider that as you're answering my questions. In answering Senator Peters, you said you could see troops deployed in logistic support capacities near election sites. What distance from a polling place would make you feel comfortable advising the Secretary of Defense to deploy forces near sites To stay consistent with not intimidating voters, I also would like to know if you would be advising that those military troops be in full battle dress uniform. Would they be wearing body armor? Would they be carrying their rifles? Would they be carrying their sidearms? Would they be carrying ammunition? Because are you expecting logistical functions to be like those we encountered in Iraq, where you actually have to fight your way in, fight your way out?
Hell
or are
yeah.
you just talking about logistical support? Maybe you can define what you mean by that. So how far from the polling places? What are they going to be doing? Would they be wearing battle dress uniform, body armor, Kevlar, sidearms, and have ammunition nearby?
Maybe.
Senator, thank you for the
Thank
chance
you
to
for the
address
question.
this and appreciate our exchange in December and your concern for this issue. It's very important that we do it right. And my commitment to you is, if confirmed, whatever we advise to the Secretary is always going to be through the Office of General Counsel to make sure that is a lawful recommendation
sure.
going up to him for any deployment of National Guard. As per your questions for the specific distance
can't explain that.
and what equipment people would wear on any deployment, we always look at what the threat scenario may be and tailor that for whatever they may have to deal with. And so, as you pointed out, for logistics, it'd be a very different footprint than some
If
other
they're
type of mission,
peaceful
but we always want to make sure we
tanks.
tailor, we provide
These are peace
everything that
tanks?
a soldier
Peace
may
tanks.
need before they
Voting
would
tanks.
go out and
For
do a
valor.
Fire,
mission.
flowers.
That's just across the board for the department, and we always want to make sure that whatever they go do is lawful by having an Office of General Counsel thorough
Like kicking in
review
people's
of our
front door with
recommendation
no
to the
warrant.
Secretary.
So you're saying that there's a mission other than logistics? You just said. So you can see deploying troops to polling places in a capacity other than the logistics mission that you just at this hearing said that would be why you would put them there?
Senator, I was speaking more broadly for National Guard deployments in general. This is a normal routine process that we do
No, it's
for any
not.
mission that the National Guard would go out and do. And it would apply
Do
to,
you think it's normal and routine to activate the National Guard against a governor's wishes to go man polling places?
It's pretty normal.
Senator, I wouldn't characterize routine or not. What I'm saying is that the
You
National
just said,
Guard, when
those are your words, not mine. You just said routine.
Don't
in the
use my
routine
own
process of
words against
deploying
me.
National Guard, is something that we always do is the course of business, because we want to make sure that our service members are safe no matter what mission they're going to be faced with.
Okay, you're answering a different, so going back to what Senator Peters asked you earlier, are you saying that you would deploy National Guard troops in some capacity other than logistics? Because you said you could see sending them there for logistics to polling places. And now are you saying that there are potentially other reasons to send them to polling stations beyond logistics? And that they may actually be fully up armored, fully combat equipped, depending on what you decide is the situation on the ground?
Senator,
And
it's
in the United
speculative.
States of America at polling places?
It's speculative, so I can't speak to that.
Then
at
let me
this
give you another
point.
chance to reassure all of us. If the president labeled a United States-based organization, say the American Civil Liberties Union, a domestic terrorist organization, which by the way is a list with no statutory basis in the United States or international law, would you consider that to be sufficient authority to use military force or resources against any American who affiliates with the ACLU on U.S. soil?
I don't know.
Senator,
for your
I can't
questions.
speculate on that.
Okay.
What I can assure you is that anything
All
that
of
we
these
do is
should be
lawful
easy
in the department.
commitments, but apparently for you, they are not. And I just need to make something very clear on the record. If the administration was serious about working with blue governors to combat what courts have found to be baseless claims of lawlessness, President Trump would have given Governor Pritzker more than a 2-hour window on Saturday, October 4th, to respond to his official request to call up the Illinois National Guard under Title 32 before he federalized those troops. He gave the governor 2 hours to respond. That is not a serious effort to work with our governors. That is using the military to intimidate political rivals. President Trump is diverting dramatic amounts of troops, military assets, and resources
Just
to
switch
support
the
federal
camera. Y'all
law
know he ain't gonna say
enforcement
nothing.
agencies, which are not
There you
always
go.
trained properly or prepared to use those resources, as the incident of the closing of the El Paso airspace shows. I am concerned that you can't make basic reassurances to this committee as to how you would advise on the calling up of the National Guard to be there at polling places at an election on United States soil. First, you say, oh, yeah, I can see doing that for logistic purposes. So when I asked you if they're doing logistical support, are they going to be in battle dress uniform with ammunition? You say, oh, well, we're going to let the lawyers decide that. I'm asking you, what would you advise? And you can't commit to your advice. You're just saying, we're going to let the lawyers decide that. And if they decide that we need to blow up the streets of Chicago or any other city of this great nation in order to provide logistical support, then we're going to do that. That is not reassuring to the American people. You cannot intimidate Americans when they go out to vote. It is against the law. It is against code. I just read that code to you.
And we ain't scared of y'all. So get out of the way.
I am at a loss. The American people will not stand for this. I will not stand for it. And my colleagues in Congress should not stand for this administration's attempts to use our nation's military to intimidate Americans from exercising their fundamental right to cast a vote in elections. I yield back.
Okay.
Jesus.
Other than the logistics.
Okay. Tim, wake up.
I'm here.
Tim, you're the host.
Hi.
This was what, a day or two
Jesus.
before?
Hold on. I typed her name into the spreadsheet. Hold on. Okay. So,
This is
Here's-
what, a day
here's-
or two before Trump launched the attack on Iran, right?
I don't know when this was.
26. Yeah.
Yeah.
3
Here's-
days, maybe.
Here's the lowdown on how we do this. We're gonna rank these people on. Oh man, my brain is shot. Content,
All right. This is our only
Delivery.
video. This is our only video for tonight.
content, delivery, vibes. In the chat, you get an overall ranking. It goes like video game ranking. So S rank, A, B, C, D, F, and then at the bottom, pineapple for the worst. So, Tammy Duckworth, content.
Hey,
I felt she had some really great points. Yeah, I'd give her like an A.
B.
all right.
Do re mi.
Mikey.
I said B plus. I went first.
Okay. Delivery.
Delivery wasn't as sharp as she normally is, but it was still pretty good. Like B plus.
I think it's a solid B. Like it's hard. She'll hardly ever be below a B for most things.
Yeah, I think a B. It wasn't like Pete Hegseth hate.
Yeah.
So it wasn't her most animated. Vibes?
I'll go A.
I was thinking B plus A, yeah, in that neck of the woods.
Yeah, I think
Again,
I'm
it wasn't her.
Go ahead.
It wasn't her best performance, but I mean, she was right on the money with everything she was saying. Had some great points.
Yeah, I'll agree. A. I think that Tammy always brings it vibes wise. Like she knows what she's talking about.
She always seems to
Oh.
have the receipts.
B plus.
Let's see. Chat. B. B.
We're getting
B.
lots of A's and
B,
B's with one
A.
C in there.
Scott. Overall C.
Passing grade.
All right.
Yeah.
Dan, this is a tired show tonight.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. We're all kind of wiped out. So
We're
Very
tired
low.
boys.
Very low energy.
All right, do Governor Walls. Or we can do this too. I
Speaking of-
don't care.
Speaking of low energy,
Oh,
Meet
God.
our main panel in the order they appear on the ballot.
You should
Daniel
wake us
Biz,
up.
Laura Fine, and Kata Abu Ghazaleh. Ms. Abu Ghazaleh is an independent political analyst.
wow.
she does have
Abba-dabba-da-da?
a hard
Jones,
last name to pronounce.
Zateo, and Media Matters. We have a lot to get to tonight. A lot of
Abu Ghazaleh.
Yeah, but for news reporters, that's too many syllables. Come on, Mikey.
You got to work it out, man.
It's
I
on the
could,
teleprompter.
yeah, I couldn't say Victor Wembanyama or Giannis Antetokounmpo, but you practice.
candidates, but we do.
They're
appreciate
actually paid for
being here in
this.
this all important
Right.
race.
So-
So, Ms. Abu Ghazaleh, day one, reasserting Congress, strengthening checks and balances,
And this is the District 9 primary.
strengthening democracy.
Paris, I do want to issue a little correction. As much as I respect the term of influencer, I'm a researcher and journalist who has done original reporting for Mother Jones, Media Matters, Mateo News, and my specialty is actually fighting the far right. Everyone that runs our country now, Stephen Miller, Elon Musk, Tom Homan, they are the people I used to report on and win against, and they know that, which is why, like some of the most effective critics of this administration, I'm under federal indictment. But as much as we want to expand the Supreme Court, as much as we want to pass ranked choice voting, I mean, in this race, someone could win with 20% of the vote. I'd rather lose with RCV than win this way. We can't get that done on day one. I think we need to be a little more creative here. Democrats are still operating as if the only levers of power are legislation and votes and conversations behind closed doors. We need to talk seriously about general strikes, about breaking quorum, about exploiting parliamentary procedure to ensure that Republican legislation doesn't get through. Any time spent blocking that legislation is time well spent if it's not
Oh, well, there's a
terrorizing our
filibuster in
communities.
the Senate. What could you do in the House on that front?
Like I said,
Nothing.
we can break quorum. We can also
Break
be using our resources right now to
Make 'em show up to
actively
vote.
feed people, clothe people. We do that in my campaign. Our office at 7016 North Clark Street doubles as a mutual aid hub. If you want to bring by men's clothes, toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, or conditioner, we could really use your help. But the Democratic Party could be doing this at large with its massive donor base.
Specific proposals on
Instead of
day
giving
one
that shit to
or early
advertising.
on in your tenure that you will enact to tackle these issues?
Yeah, once again, I really want to stress that as much as I would love to pass a progressive utopia of legislation with this president and the farce of the Supreme Court, I do want to be realistic that we're probably not going to get everything. But I do think that there are things that are wildly popular, and especially as material conditions get worse, that we can push. In my ideal world, and this is really radical, I know, everyone can afford housing, groceries, and healthcare with money left over to save and spend. And it
Communist.
turns out that universal
That's
healthcare with full
socialism.
vision, dental, mental, and hearing coverage, building more housing with federal incentives to work with local businesses and protections against price gouging
Communal
actually
fascism.
save us money while having better outcomes. But also we need to talk
The
about
end
the
of private
immediate. Like I
property.
said, with the work of actually using party resources to feed, clothe, and make sure people are okay, we need to be doing that with our constituent services as well. I want our office to be the first to institute a chat feature to make it more accessible for people to access as their material needs denigrate.
How
If you
can
only
folks
knew
be
how
sure that
ridiculous
you're
that statement
truly invested in this district? Why did you choose this district?
I wish I had like some sexy maniacal answer for this, but my partner and I moved here to save the onion from being bought by Elon Musk. The deal went through really fast, and so
Oh,
we
yeah, I
looked at
remember that.
neighborhoods we wanted to live in, and we decided Andersonville, Rogers Park, Edgewater, and I did not plan to run for Congress, and then I wanted to run in the place I want to live, and now we live in Rogers Park, and our campaign office, once again, 7016 North Clark Street, bring us men's clothes. But it's one of the most diverse places in the country. It's an incredible place to be. And it's also one of the most insanely gerrymandered districts anyone's ever seen in their life. And so we're trying to represent everything from Uptown all the way to Algonquin. And this is also where my family immigrated. This is where my family started their life in America. My grandfather went to college here after the Nakba. This is where my dad learned English. But I also don't want to lead with that because this is a city of transplants and immigrants and refugees in our own country that are coming here for queer rights, reproductive rights, because of climate change. And I don't want to play into this narrative that they can't make a positive change just because they're not from here.
Ms. Abu Ghazali, you mentioned you've taken on the far
Here is the 9th district, real quick for reference.
Oh,
That is a squiggly squiggle.
What the? Yeah.
Just a normal district, guys. What are you talking about?
shame! He's shameful!
who gerrymandered it? Democrat or Republican? I'm going to assume Democrat.
These are all kind of affluent areas. So it's mostly white people that live up here anyway.
Got it.
Broke my
Oh,
ass.
that's ridiculous.
look at Republicans if you're in Congress.
Absolutely, but we can't compromise basic human rights. I think that some of the most promising places for any bipartisan support is AI and tech regulation. AI is one of the most universally unpopular issues right now, even so much so that Republicans thought that Trump went overboard by saying states couldn't regulate AI for 10 years in his big BS bill. That is somewhere where we can compromise. Also, reversing Trump's unconstitutional tariffs. Republicans are feeling the heat from this tax that he's put on the American people too. But we also have to talk about the donkey in the room. When
Yeah.
it comes to leverage, it feels like Democratic leadership is allergic to it. And in our race, we have a lot of progressives. A lot of people will vote to raise the minimum wage. Will they be pressuring their colleagues
Word.
and privately to do the same? Last night at the State of the Union, would they have listened to Hakeem Jeffries and watched or stood aside, or would they have gotten kicked out like Al Green did? We need to actually move the party.
I would have gotten kicked out.
I mean, towards the
Hell
center.
yeah.
How do you
That way you get
propose
to
the
go to bed
nation
early.
enforce federal immigration law?
Every time he had a clap break, I would have got kicked.
So we
One
need
of
to,
us would have
first
gotten
off,
thrown out.
abolish and prosecute ICE
Time
and
it out.
DHS.
All the
And we
Democrats should have just
return
not shown up at all.
DHS's responsibilities
Right.
to the Departments of Justice, State, of Treasury, of Transportation, all of these responsibilities that were taken from those departments, we return them there, and we build an immigration system similar to what we had before ICE, but even better with more federal workers. We need to fully abolish and prosecute ICE. We need to repeal the Patriot Act. We need to lift refugee caps, and we need to offer complete amnesty and citizenship to any immigrant here who has not committed a violent crime. Additionally, we need trials. There is no moving forward without justice. Stern words for Greg Bovino aren't enough. Body cameras aren't enough. We need people willing to put everything on the line, not when it's politically convenient, and not have their hands in their pockets.
Let me ask you this. If ICE has information on known violent criminals in the community who are undocumented, should local authorities cooperate?
We have a justice system that can function without ICE, and that functioned without ICE before. ICE has shown that it is completely untrustworthy, that it lies, that it kills, that it kidnaps, that it abuses. ICE should not be seen as any legitimate law enforcement agency, and I don't trust a single thing they say. They are trying to criminalize freedom of speech. They are trying to criminalize free association, and it's going to
Etching
come
the word
for you.
pig into the side of a vehicle, isn't that property damage?
I didn't do that, and it doesn't even allege that in the indictment.
Oh, they're
But
asking her
honestly,
about
that's just kind
her
of
getting
falling for
arrested.
the exact same lies that ICE and the Trump administration.
No, the lie detector
continue to
determined that
repeat.
was a lie.
We know that ICE lies, and we
Oh,
know that they're
Maury.
trying to find any excuse to invoke the Insurrection Act, to abuse protesters, and to make sure that they scare us into silence. And once again, it's not going to work. And if we don't stand up for it, people with power and platform and privilege, and frankly, the first time I went out to Broadview, the second time and the third time, there wasn't a single elected official out there, then we are just going to get run over.
Everyone on this panel is in favor of graduated tax rates, higher tax rates on millionaires, billionaires.
We should tax billionaires out of existence.
So no billionaires.
No billionaires. No one should have $1 billion. That
They can
allows
have
you to
999
improve the
million,
economy. It
and
allows
that's
you to
still too
abuse
much.
your workers.
You brought up a great point. The issue of gerrymandering. Obviously, Democrats have tried to sort of meet Republicans in this race to the bottom on gerrymandering. Do the three of you support fair maps? Would you support Congress passing a fair maps law?
If it's federal, yes.
Yeah, show of hands, expanding the Supreme Court, term limits for Supreme Court. Who supports that? All three of you. Okay. Netanyahu, do you all consider him a war criminal? Would you support international?
Emphatically.
Processes. There should be thorough investigations.
No, fuck you.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think it's not likely. Yes, it is.
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
Her hand shot up so fast there. That was hilarious.
One hand up.
I mean, we should.
Man, I wanna
participate in
move to
international
Hyde Park.
processes. There should be thorough investigations.
There we go. That's the picture I wanted.
Ooh, I'm getting a spice attack.
I'll be keeping that. Thank you very much for the photo.
She should run more campaign ads against herself.
I don't think it's not
be
likely.
clear.
Yes, it is.
I wanna be
That
clear.
is a very loaded statement. I say as a Palestinian person that implies that there is some bloodthirst between Palestinians or Jewish people, and it's dangerous to both of us. Our lives are inextricable from
Well, he
one
was referring to
another.
Hamas. He was referring to Hamas specifically.
But even then, Hamas is in Gaza. It's being associated with Palestinians by both the Biden government and the Trump administration. And so you can't just look at their actions and hear their words and not see a relation there. Additionally, for the second part, I think it's important to mention that, yes, it didn't happen in a vacuum because of Netanyahu's far-right government and because of a pattern of discrimination, a pattern of second-class citizenship, a pattern of exile, and a pattern of displacement that my own family underwent. And my position on this is really not that radical. Every civilian deserves to be safe. No child deserves to go to bed hungry. Every war criminal should be held accountable. And Palestinians deserve to we should recognize their statehood so they can negotiate a solution on equal footing.
Ms. Abu Ghazala, what about the state of Israel? Do you support the state of the right of Israel to exist as a state?
I think that this question is said as if it doesn't exist. What we need is to ensure that any solution, whether that is a two-state, a single secular state, whatever it is negotiated not by America, but by the people that actually live there, by Israelis and Palestinians. This is,
And Steve
you know,
Witkoff.
my great-grandfather had a hotel.
They did so well in
And when they
Iran.
were expelled, he carried around the key ring to every single door in his hotel till the day he died. He was buried.
And he was in he lived in Palestine?
Yes, my father's side is Palestinian. And if someone came to me and said, you could have the hotel, but you displaced 300 people, I would say absolutely not, because trauma begets trauma. But I think it's really important that any solution has full civil and legal rights for everyone living there, regardless of their ethnicity, their religion, and that is decided by the people who actually live there, because we spend so much of our time as a country interfering in other countries and saying that we dictate how they live, and it's just made places worse.
All right, so Palestinian American, two Jewish Americans on this panel do believe there is an anti-Semitism problem
Absolutely.
in the United States.
And I've devoted my career to fighting it. I cover the far right. Conspiracy theories are inherently rooted in anti-Semitism, which is why it's so dangerous to align with far right donors, because they're pushing the Great Replacement theory, which has inspired almost every mass shooting of the 21st
What about
century.
anti-Muslim
I
sentiment,
did this.
anti-Palestinians?
Why can't you?
Problem. It's a horrible problem.
Should there be a withdrawal of
Homie on the far left is like the corporate Dem. And then the lady in the middle has no chance.
Of Israeli settlements in the West Bank?
Of course.
Yes, I'm opposed to this effort.
And Kat she might be streaming right now. She's raising all of her money from Twitch and YouTube streaming.
Huh.
Should there be a withdrawal of Israeli forces in the West Bank?
Good luck.
Yes, we need peace and dignity everywhere.
Okay.
What you said? Oh,
Listen to Hakeem
her contributions are like a link to a donation form, right? It's not like she's using literal money from those streams, right?
Well, I don't know the specifics, but that's how she's doing her fundraising. It's like doing.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, like, she's not out there violating campaign finance law, I hope.
I doubt it.
Okay. If it, it's just if it's the QR code to the form or a link to the form, that's fine. She could also donate to her own campaign if she wanted, I suppose.
Well, there you go.
No.
All right. Kata Bugazela.
I don't know how to spell her last name.
Go ahead and say her name a couple of times out loud, Tim. If you just want to. I'll do it this way.
We'll wait.
We'll listen carefully.
It can only good happen.
Here, I will do you a solid. I will drop her name in the private chat so you can spell it.
Okay, here, I'll try to pronounce it. Hold on. It's Cat.
No, first of all, I didn't say that. Oh, I said that in terms of
dick.
These were the free speech advocates.
Abugazela. Abugazela.
Zela.
Abugazela.
All right.
Abugazela.
Everyone together now. Abugazela.
Abugazela.
Content.
Yeah, she was on point.
She had a lot of great things that she said. I'm going to give her a solid A for content.
A+ from the Mikey.
You should also screenshot that one, Mikey.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I think A.
Oh yeah, I'm at an A+. Like, just for the fact that she's willing to say the quiet parts out loud that the Democrats are too fucking afraid to say because they don't want to piss off the middle of the road money people. So.
And most of the time that the other ones took up there for that one segment was like, I think it's okay to take money from everywhere. And it's like, God, that is not what people want to hear.
Nope.
No, hear.
Delivery.
I had a problem with the delivery, honestly. This was a video that was just all cut clips of exactly what she was saying at the best possible times that she was saying it. We don't know if there was other stuff that she said that wasn't that good or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
The whole debate.
So
the whole debate is available. This is just I watched the live when it happened or whatever. This is just when she got to talk.
Yeah. So it just, I didn't like the way it was spliced together that way, though, to be honest with you. I didn't like the format that this was presented to us, I guess.
But that's not, but we're rating her, not the format that she was asked the questions, though.
But this is this is delivery. This is the way it was delivered.
Her delivery, not their delivery on the show.
That would be more of a line if we were still doing presentation.
Right.
I guess, yeah.
That's
think-
what she got to say in the first debate segment. She only got about 10 minutes on. There's three other ones on the stage, and the commentators had to ask the questions, and the questions are always asking like 2-minute format. So
yeah.
And if it really bugs you, I think maybe give what your rating would be without that comment, and maybe knock her down half a letter grade if it really bothers
That's
you.
what I was thinking. Like honestly, she's an A for her what she said for her part of the delivery. B plus A. And I was thinking about just dropping it down to a B. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Ollie's a B. What's everyone else at?
she talks like a human. A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say A minus, but it resonates.
I say
I love Tesla.
You give her a T?
I'll give her an A. I got it. I'm good with an A.
T for electric.
All right. So
Always hearing stuff.
I heard something crazy, and
The catering.
I don't have the mental capacity for. Okay,
Some
vibes.
S.
Yeah,
I was going to say this was solid A
Yes.
plus, almost an S.
yeah. I'll give that an S. We're gonna need to cover her some more because she's gonna get pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Just this
She's
one.
got tons of content.
Perfect.
All right,
Tons
in
of
the
it.
chat, let's see.
I'm
What's
seeing
B
lots of
minus,
A's and B's,
A
so
plus,
probably an
A.
A minus.
Ooh,
Ooh,
a
Moon
C.
said a C. What did Moon say? Where's Moon's comment?
yeah.
Oh, to the moon, 1897.
Okay.
I rate a C.
Ah, all right.
Passing
right.
grade only.
Oh, I'm hearing the wind. The wind is crazy outside my house right now.
Tim don't even know what the wind sounds like no more. He's so tired.
No, man, the wind's been picking up during the day, and it's gotten really crazy now. We're getting huge gusts.
So Tim,
All right.
go get a pinwheel from a child's toy and some copper wire and a magnet. I have an idea.
Why?
All right. What else you got?
We have an Angus and a Walls.
To the Angus,
Don't
to
do
the
the Angus.
wall.
The Angus is more of a story.
Yeah, and your Angus video, Ollie, don't forget format, is 16 fucking minutes long, sir.
Well, you can skip the first 6 or 7 minutes where he's reading letters.
Well, good to know.
I really don't like the delivery on Angus because he has a bunch of letters before it.
He does.
D.
Mace from South
D minus.
Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, gentlemen. Thank
And also, Tim, don't forget, ride the D.
you for being here today. Governor Walz and Attorney General Ellison, you have presided over one of the worst government fraud scandals in American history. This was money intended to feed hungry children.
Of course. Oh, dude, should we pull up the clip? Did you hear about this, Tim? I don't know if this might have gotten past your radar. There's a Nance versus Byron Donaldson video.
Oh, yes, I heard about this.
It's pretty stupid.
Help kids with autism, provide food and shelter and healthcare to the needy, and more. You both allowed billions in these American taxpayer dollars to be pillaged and plundered by Somali pirates. You knew this was happening. You chose to do nothing about it, and in some cases, you even enabled it. Attorney General Ellison, you even profited from this fraud by taking campaign donations from these Somalians after pledging to help quash the investigation into them. I find your behavior despicable.
She is so lucky that they have congressional immunity. God, she's so lucky because I would fucking sue the pants off her. Like, you got to prove all that shit you just said. Prove it, bitch.
10 billion
My
defamation.
Yeah, exactly.
This morning,
Well,
my
he's
first
so
to Governor
pissed.
Walz, and I hope you learned some lessons from your last hearing with me on the Oversight Committee. Have you learned anything
I
since then?
did that if I didn't speak up, 2 of my people would be dead, Congresswoman, and I warned you.
Okay, Miss Governor Walz,
Got
what is a woman? Have you learned
Jesus
that lesson? Do
Christ.
you know what a woman is?
Mace, shut the fuck
I'm the
up,
governor of
Nancy
Minnesota,
Mace.
Congresswoman.
You know what a
I'm not
woman
here to
is.
be your prop for your obsession.
So
I
if you
taught middle
can't
school your
define what a woman
obsessions.
is, you certainly can't define what fraud is. If you can't
She
even
is
define
fucking
what a woman
obsessed.
is, you can't define fraud. How much money was
So the
spent
biggest
on autism
eyeglasses
in
you can
Minnesota?
buy.
Can she define Clairol so she can get some color for her hair? Because she looks like an elder mouse right now.
2017, Governor.
I don't have those numbers in front of me,
Okay.
Congresswoman.
Did you prepare for this hearing today? Did you
I
do
did.
any
I
preparation
take
for this hearing
Congress
today?
seriously.
And you've seen the numbers about autism fraud in Minnesota. So we're going to do some Minnesota math with you today, okay? Are you ready? How much money was spent on 2017 for autism in Minnesota?
Okay, hold on. I want to give this bitch a pineapple off rip. Katie Porter is the only person allowed to have a dry erase board. Only
Fair.
Katie Porter.
How much?
Look how
I don't know,
small
it
that
wasn't the
fucking
governor.
board is too.
Okay.
Like,
That's from her
Did you
office.
not just say that you prepared for this
Stole
hearing
from her
today?
kids.
$1 million, okay? A quick Google search or using your AI could tell you $1 million was spent. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2024?
I don't have the number in front of me. As
Were you governor
I
in
don't-
2024?
I was, but I'm not the
Okay,
head
so
of
your
HHS.
excuse before that you didn't know what 2017 autism numbers were because you were not governor, and today you can't answer the numbers about 2024 as governor, and you still said you prepared for this hearing today. It's unbelievable. $343 million was spent in 2024. What percent increase is that from 1 million to 343 million? What percentage increase is that?
I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell me.
Are you governor of Minnesota or not?
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay,
not.
well, when
not a
I'm governor of
prop for a
South
member
Carolina,
Congress.
you can sure as hell bet that I'm going to know the math. The math is 34,200% increase, an increase of 343 times what it was in this time period. Do you know the number of children in Minnesota?
If you're going to bring up the two, you should probably write that on the board.
I know that Minnesota ranked as a top 3 state
Okay,
for
what is
children
the
in the last
total
year.
population in Minnesota?
5.7 million.
Okay. What is the total population of children in Minnesota?
I don't have the number in front of me right
Are
now.
you governor of Minnesota?
I know 400,000 were cut out of health care last
Okay,
week by
that's
the
not-
actions you made.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
Did you forget the answer or can you not hear him? He's only said it about 40 times.
I am.
And you don't know the number of children
I
residing
don't have
in
the
Minnesota.
specific number. It's 5.7 million.
That's your total
What is your age?
population.
What is the age? 0 to 5? 0 to 19?
You have approximately 1.2 million children in Minnesota.
What
I'm not
age?
even governor of South Carolina. Our population in South Carolina is 5.5 million. We have approximately 1.1 million children under the age of 18 in my home state of South Carolina. Okay. As governor, I expect you to know
She
this
didn't even say that.
information. Thank God you're not vice president of the United States. Do you know approximately how many children in Minnesota are autistic or on the spectrum?
No, I don't have that number.
Okay, well, if you take the CDC's roughly 1 in 36 kids are on the spectrum, we're talking about approximately 33,000 kids. In South Carolina, it's about 31,000 or so. What is, do you know what this is per child, spending-wise, in the fraud for autistic kids in Minnesota?
Again, I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell us.
This isn't, is doing Minnesota math a prop? This is math. We're talking about fraud.
Minnesota ranks at the top. Where does South Carolina rank?
We're talking about money.
Where does
that
South
was
Carolina
supposed
children
to-
rank
this
on
is-
healthiness?
These are my questions for you. It doesn't go the other way around unless we're debating on the debate stage. And we're not.
If you're
But
asking
this
questions
is-
about being governor,
I'm
it does.
asking you
When you're
questions
governor, you
about
can
being
come and
governor
tell
of
me.
Minnesota, which you can't answer. This is basic math. And you can't even answer.
not
Do you
here to
even
be your
care
prop.
about kids in Minnesota?
They rank near
Do
the
you
top
care?
in every category. My children are
Do you
fed. My
care
children are
about autistic
housed. My
children
children have
getting
health
the
care.
services they need in
My
Minnesota?
children have the best
No,
schools.
you don't. Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Mr. Chairman.
So happy.
Care.
Services they need in
My
Minnesota.
children have the best
No, you
schools.
don't. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Oh,
If you would have just kept calling them weirdos, we wouldn't be in this fucking situation.
yep.
Man.
Oh, look, he's got the Somali flag pin on his jacket. Oh, wait, that's just the Minnesota flag that went through an entire art competition where it was decided by the voters that this is the one they wanted.
Oh, and all the Somali people are pirates. Let's just point that out. That was like the first fucking thing she said.
She's such a dirty little racist.
Disgusting human being she is, yes.
That's what, you know what? I don't even have to worry about people like her because she gonna roll up on the wrong one on the right, or the right one on the wrong day. Somebody ain't gonna be in the mood for her racist, nasty shit, and she gonna get her spot clean. So I ain't worried. I ain't tripping. All right, Tim, wake up. Governor
here.
Walz.
And while Tim's working on that, just so everyone knows, Minnesota is in the top 3 for everything related to children, education, housing, feeding. South Carolina is 38th.
Right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah,
Middle
right
of
in
the
the middle
bottom.
there.
Middle of the bottom chunk.
Top part of the bottom.
Contents. Governor Walz.
He didn't have a lot of content. It was her just spewing vomit on him.
Yeah, and he was just having snappy comebacks at her, basically. That was about it. So
yeah,
I'm at a B+. Like,
yeah,
it was good. It wasn't amazing, but
I give him a B.
Yeah.
B. Yeah.
B sounds good.
Somebody singing?
The dog.
The dog.
Stop singing.
Real quick, boys, real quick. I need you guys to all put in the group chat like a cell phone picture of your pup so we can make emotes. I owe Gina. I forgot.
Like right now, or can I do it later?
No. Just we got to do it for this weekend.
I'm
Got
doing
it.
it right now. I'm doing it right now.
No,
No, Tim,
we're doing
focus.
a fucking show.
Delivery.
Thank you. That doesn't mean keep doing it.
Delivery, I'll actually give him an A because the comebacks were good. It's like, I'm not gonna be your fucking prop. You tell me.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the correct response in my opinion too.
yeah.
I'm
And
not
as-
answering your bullshit questions. You're a stupid, unserious person.
And as sad as I
Unless
am
it's
still that
crushing
he's not running, him not running lets him do shit like this, where he can just
Correct.
say his fucking mind and be like, you fuck
Yeah.
off.
I don't know what they're gonna do when Jasmine Crockett has a podcast. Whoo, y'all in trouble. Y'all should just let her in the Senate.
We should probably get her on the show. She can join our network. She doesn't need her own.
I had her booked and scheduled for the other podcast, and she never showed up.
Yep.
They ghosted us. Her and AOC, the only two people to ghost us. The two people that went fucking viral. I wouldn't even be talking to you assholes. I'd be driving a Lamborghini.
Oh,
Vibes.
I liked him.
It was a
Yeah,
good
I'll give him
vibe.
an A.
It was a great.
I'll give him an A.
I
And it was
want to give him an
handsome
S, but he just seems too.
There wasn't enough there to give him an S.
There just
Yeah.
wasn't. It's an A, I think.
The chat seems to think it's somewhere around a B.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, we were B plus A, so.
And for everybody who's watching for the first time, usually we're much funnier and much more excited. It's just been a long day for all of us today.
Yeah.
This is the end of the week. This is the last show of the week. And God damn it, we're gonna do it. And we're gonna make it. We're gonna entertain you guys as soon as I can just close my eyes for about 10 seconds. Atapa.
My wife was like, "Why don't you have some coffee?" And I was like, "And be up all night?" No.
Yes.
Old man Tim.
Yeah.
Just hold your eyes as far open as possible for the rest of the show.
My cutoff for drinking coffee is not that early, but like 9-10 o'clock at night is not a good time to drink coffee.
I stopped caffeine at like 3.
Right.
Yeah, no, I could still like sleep comfortably with coffee at like 6 or 7. It's just like 9 p.m. is pretty rough.
Well, you're better than me. I can't do that.
I do that shit, and then I have that fucking pot of coffee ready for me in the morning.
I
one
do.
cup. I'm like, let's do this.
My ADHD is the form of ADHD where
Hey there,
coffee just makes you sleepy. Unless you have it real late at night, and then you're jittery.
I just have the can't remember shit, don't want to talk on the phone kind. I don't know.
I have the don't want to talk on the phone kind too. Fuck talking on the phone.
I'm good.
He talks on the phone. That's not what phones are for.
I hate people who call me and want to talk on the phone for an hour, like my parents.
I do that all the time.
23rd Field Company of the Royal Canadian Engineers. And I was with a group of veterans,
Woo,
including
Charlie Angus.
Frank Kep, who was in his 90s.
Oh, when I
who
should
had been
start.
there the day.
Did I go
Looks
too
like
far?
Grandpa Angus
I think
today.
so.
because I saw a letter, so I figured he was, or I saw a paper.
Yeah.
To
That's a big
metropolitan
letter,
Ontario,
damn.
to the wilds
Is that from the king?
to the BC coast, headed for Alaska.
I don't know
Canada's
what it is.
amassed almost 8.
Oh, come on, Ollie. You got to give me something here. You didn't give me no timestamp.
Here, I didn't give you a timestamp here. I'm going. It's
All right, I will stall for a few seconds here while you. I don't know
Come
where to
and
start.
knock on our door.
Oh, God. So, Tim, Arnie Tex inspired me, and I took some pork and I sliced it into pork chops, and then I sliced up the little pork chops I made, and then I heated up some oil with some taco seasoning, and I made some of the crispiest, most delicious carnita nachos ever. Ooh. I did not do it for 3 hours. I did it for 10, 20, 15 minutes, I'll say. 15 minutes on high heat. Delicious.
That sounds good.
And I didn't have to wait 4 hours for it.
Yeah.
And buy a giant. Right about there. I'm at 531. Is that good?
What happened?
He's listening still.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was delicious. I was at 5. Oh, he stopped talking to me. And I my tortillas were expired by a month, so I had to just put them on nachos with cheese.
Well, were they actually growing?
I don't like diarrhea. I don't like foodborne illnesses, and if it's a few days near the date, I'll risk it. But
yeah, that's fair. I would trust a tortilla more than like a piece of bread that's over a month.
Right.
That just
no, I don't need no La Tormenta going on in my tummy from that shit.
I think you were pretty much in the right spot, Mike. You're right around the 6:05 minute mark where it started. Okay. Right where it comes in.
Okay. All right, here we go, everybody. And before I play this, we have a message.
It's Charlie Angus here from Midas Canada, the Resistance Tour, and I watch the Bin Podcast Network. You got to watch it. Sign up, follow them.
Completely unbiased, but here you go.
To help dedicate a bridge at Caen in 2019 to George Gilbert Reynolds, who died freeing Caen, and he was with the 23rd Field Company of the Royal Canadian Engineers. And I was with a group of veterans, including Frank Kep, who was in his 90s and who had been there the day that they tried to cross that bridge. And I got to tell you, it was an incredible scene. It was rush hour, 8 a.m, backed up traffic, bumper to bumper. It was raining.
Blow everybody up.
You know, people going to work, they're not paying attention. When our vehicle got out and they saw a D-Day veteran step out, all the vehicles stopped and everyone stood at attention. It was incredibly powerful. And the journalist came up and asked Frank what he remembered about Caen. And he said, I remember this place as hell on earth. And he said, but to come back and see it free, I would do it all again. That's the sacrifice that they paid. So thanks for recognizing the heroism of those who went to Caen to free it. Thank you. Okay, let's get down to business of today. I've been getting messages from so many people about how proud they felt watching the Canadian and Danish Greenland flags together, that the Prime Minister has opened the consulate, that Mary Simon, our Governor General, who's Inuit, was there to do the official opening. We see the incredible threats and intimidation that Donald Trump has shown against the people of Denmark and Greenland. And it was a really important moment when Canada said, no, we will stand with Europe, we will stand with our allies, and we will defend the territorial sovereignty of Greenland. It means a lot. So Donald Trump threatened to take over an island from Denmark. And what he did was he almost threatened war. He tried to break up NATO. He's left the United States as a nation that is increasingly untrusted by the rest of the world and hated. Way to go, Donald. Now let's talk about Canada's fight with Denmark, about another island. It's an island between
Greenland and Ellesmere Island, almost in the middle. I think it's a little closer to Canada, but hey, that's just my point of view. It's called Hans Island. And for 50 years, Canada and Denmark fought over who had control of the island. So what happened was, in 1984, a group of Canadian soldiers landed on Hans Island, and they raised the Canadian flag, and they left a bottle of Canadian whiskey. When the Danes found out, Danish government sent their officials, and they raised the Danish flag, and they left a bottle of schnapps. And over the next 40 years, every year, Canadians would go and set up a cairn or some kind of symbol, the flag, and leave a bottle of whiskey for the Danes, and the Danes would come and leave alcohol for the Canadians, and it was called the Whiskey War. And they fought about this for almost 50 years, including
When
the
I
fact
was
that in
in
2005...
Sea Cadets in 86, I spent a month on board a Canadian Coast Guard ship. And when they dropped me off, they were on their way there to go to Hans Island.
To go drink and kick it with the Danes.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have.
That's where they were
You should have
going.
just hidden in the hold and gone with.
I was 15 years old. You know, it was like I was in Sea Cadets, and I was with them for a month. In the
You just got to get a
summer.
Sharpie marker and you just do some lines, and then from a distance it looks like you got a mustache, and then they'll let you on a boat and you can go drink schnapps with everybody else.
That was in 86. So
I mean, in 86 the drinking age was 10. So
wow.
The defense minister of Canada, Bill Graham, flew up and stepped on the island. And this was going on right up to 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine. And suddenly the countries realized we have to find a better way. We have to come. And suddenly
No more drinking.
Canada and Denmark realized the world's getting to be a much darker place. So let's settle this. So what did they do? Well, they drew an imaginary line down the island. I mean, nobody lived on it. Half of it went to Denmark and half of it went to Canada. Now, of course, the crazy thing is that the only people who would have used that island were the Inuit fishers from Greenland and the Inuit people from Nunavut. The fact that, white officials were arguing about the line in the sand and who had what. But anyways, the great story about the ending of the Whiskey War was that in seeing the threats to Europe, Canada and Denmark came together. So that's an amazing story worth knowing. But I want to tell another story right now.
Tell me
It's
about
the
it.
story of how a group of Canadian soldiers helped protect Denmark from a Soviet invasion.
Tide goes
This is
in,
a
tide goes
story
out.
I've never
You
heard.
can't explain
I've known
it.
a lot of Canadian war stories over the years, but it was taught to me, it was sent to me, numerous people from Denmark told me because they remember how important it was.
Pepper
So,
Schwam remembers.
in the final weeks of the
Back
war,
in my day, it's all used to be
Winston
orange groves.
Churchill was getting
Far as the
increasingly
eye can
concerned
see.
that the Soviets were driving to the Baltic coast to get to Denmark. And there was only a few days where they actually could get ahead of the Soviets. And they needed a group of soldiers who were pretty fearless and willing to
Canadians.
travel fast and get the job done. So, without thinking twice, he called on the Canadians. He called on the 1st Canadian Parachute Battalion, the 1 Can Para. Now, these soldiers, they had landed basically at D-Day, and they had fought every tough campaign ever since. When the Americans are trapped at Ardennes in the Battle of the Bulge, 1st Canada Para went in. In March, 1st Canada Para was involved in our Operation Varsity and the storming of the Rhine. It was the largest airborne operation in history with over 16,000 paratroopers who were dropped. Again, these weren't stories we were told. But on May 2nd, he needed these Canadian paratroopers to get to the German city of Wismar on the Baltic, because Wismar was an important hub that would, if the Soviets had it, they would go straight into Denmark. The Canadians moved so fast, they were actually passing German military columns on the road. Now, the Germans knew the war was ending, and there was no shots fired. The Canadians were pushing past them as the Germans were pulling out. Sergeant Andy Anderson described one of these events. He said, the strangeness of the situation is that we are passing complete units.
They seen them motherfuckers on motorcycles driving past and said, let them go, bro.
Well,
No,
they
they
all wanted to
good.
surrender to the West.
They said, nah, you remember World War I in them trenches? Them Canadians, let them go.
Ali, you met him.
Lion
Charlene, you smell like Werther's?
No. beer.
Hard
He
caramel.
was drinking that. He had a couple of beers that night. I bought him one. So
Go buy him more so we can get him on the show.
That would be
the
nice.
roadside, some with vehicles, even horse-drawn artillery, but no shots are exchanged. No white flags are shown. We can't stop to disarm them. The paratroopers got to Wismar, and they held the ground. Not only were they holding the ground to protect Denmark, but the German civilians were looking to the Canadians to protect them from the rapes and the reprisals from the coming Soviet soldiers. So what happened was, when the Soviet tanks arrived at Wismar, they were shocked to meet the Canadians. Now, of course, they were going to be allies, and they all got along friendly enough at first. And then the Soviets told them to get out of the way. And these Canadians with machine guns, their Sten guns, facing down Russian tanks, said, no, we're holding this ground. The Russians were shocked. They
They're so
knew
nice.
the Canadians didn't have the firepower to stop Soviet armor. But here's the guy, Lieutenant Colonel George Eadie, who was in charge of 1st Canada Para. He said, no, we will not give this ground up. What an amazing story. He was from Winnipeg. He'd been with the Winnipeg Rifles. And he turned down a chance to play for the Chicago Blackhawks in order to serve his country. Why are there not movies made out of people like George Eadie? Anyways, the Soviets held back, and Denmark was free. In the final agreements between Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin, the German city of Wismar was turned over to the Soviets, but Denmark maintained its freedom. And it maintained its freedom because of the determination of a small group of Canadian soldiers who are going to hold the line because they were told, you get up there and you protect this line and you don't let anyone pass. And they didn't let anyone pass. It's a story Canadians need to know. It's a story we should be teaching our kids. But people in Denmark, they remember. So for those whose family served in 1st Canada Para, a big shout out to you and shout out to all our veterans. Shout out to everyone today who's holding the line for democracy, because we're going to show the same kind of grit and staring down MAGA, staring down the fascists, staring down the threats of the likes of Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, because that's how we're going to get through this. Anyways, thanks for that.
Okay, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think so.
It's funny. I literally just watched a YouTube history thing about this like 2 days ago.
Did you? That's cool.
They said them Canadians might have shotguns. Don't bother them.
Well, it's a really cool, I forget the name of the YouTube channel, but they actually do World War II week by week from 1939 through 1946. And it's actually super fascinating because you don't hear a lot of these tiny stories in history books or in the movies because they're not as. But
well, they got to get Gwyneth Paltrow to be the love interest. Hugh Jackman has to be the guy.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, got to get Benedict in there. Pedro Pascal is going to be in it, obviously.
You know what would make a good fucking World War II story? This Canadian guy who did the things, and also, fuck, I had it and then I lost it. Oh, it's back. Okay, so Mark, did you ever read The Last Battle?
Tell me more. I don't remember the name, but I probably know about it.
So it's a book about the last battle in World War II that was fought between.
Oh, yep, I know. I got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was American GIs plus German soldiers plus
French dignitaries.
French prisoners of war defending a castle from the SS. Berlin had already fallen. And the SS just had orders to go out and cause havoc.
Oh, yeah, I think they were sent to kill them. Go kill these high priority prisoners.
And the German prison guards didn't know about it. And when the Americans showed up, they were like, hey guys, the SS isn't too far behind us. And so they all fought against the SS to free those French prisoners.
That's good.
Another one of my favorite stories is at the end of the war, a German field marshal surrendered to a British commando general who was so pissed about the concentration camp nearby that he beat the shit out of that field marshal with his own baton.
Better than me.
Yep.
All right. So
You got a
With
tongue lash.
content.
I won't say on stream what I would do.
content. Charlie Angus.
Oh, it's an A for me. I love history. I'm a sucker for it. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can agree with an A because this is the type of content that I enjoy too. And like I said, I have a bit of a personal connection to it because I served on a Coast Guard ship that was going there. So when it came to the whiskey war part of it.
Mikey.
I didn't hear your grade, Ollie.
A.
Oh,
He
okay.
said- yeah, they both said
I
A.
didn't hear it. I'll do B plus.
C. It was boring. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
fuck you, Tim.
B. I'll go with the B.
Delivery.
Just because you're falling asleep doesn't mean it was that boring. Come
Ah.
on.
Didn't wake us up either. You know what I'm saying? You just,
I'm at a.
It wasn't a rousing speech.
No,
two
it
sides
wasn't.
to every
No.
coin.
I'm at a B- on delivery.
Yeah,
Like
I was thinking of B for delivery too because it
content's
was
great, but it's
C plus. I can do a B.
I'll go B.
He did a good job telling the story. It's just not today was not a good day to tell stories.
Yeah, no.
and
Should've
in
yelled
the
and-
beginning.
Yeah, he should have yelled and screamed and knocked some books off the shelf.
I like that book in his background kicking the Kremlin.
And then they said, "Fuck you, Soviets, go away." And then there's an A. But
Vibes.
B+.
Yeah.
Did you say B
A
plus?
minus. A minus.
A
Yeah,
minus?
B
A
plus.
minus? Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Like it was good, but it's not.
It
Just like
wasn't
Demi
fiery
Duckwork,
or
it's
anything, it
not.
was just-
I don't know.
Yeah.
No fireworks today.
There was a great moral to the story.
Yeah.
CCB. The chat's not giving them good grades.
No, well,
Well, it's different type of content for Charlie.
it is.
All right. Y'all got to have your fun.
Woot.
And your favorite people.
We did a show.
All right, that's the end of the show.
Yep,
We're gonna
we're
say
all
goodnight.
done. Good night, everybody.
Tim has nothing else he wants to show ever. He's gonna go to bed now.
No. We gotta.
Bed.
What?
Y'all ignored that Kristi Noem got fired today.
Is the ranking member for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.
Good
Chairman.
night.
We're fighting for American citizens,
watching that,
Madam
bro?
Secretary.
Today
because
you are.
God, she's already annoying me. It's been 6 seconds. 6 seconds and my hackles are up.
Is the ranking member for 5 minutes.
Last
Thank you,
one,
Mr.
last
Chairman.
one.
We're fighting for American citizens, Madam Secretary.
Today
because,
you are. You
because
weren't.
your ICE agents shot them in the face and killed them. And each person you see up on this dais today represents
back. We're back.
800,000 American citizens. And you should know that as a former member of Congress. Now, her brother said that Renee Good was someone who could make you believe things were going to be okay despite all the hardship because she chose optimism. Alex Preddy was a Boy Scout, a choir member, an outdoorsman from Green Bay who lavished attention on his beloved dog, Jewel. His sister called her brother someone who had a way of lighting up every room that he walked into. But only a few hours after they were gunned down by your agents, you called Renee a domestic terrorist. You said Alex committed an act of domestic terrorism. Alex's parents responded to your calling their son a domestic terrorist. They said the sickening lies told about our son by the administration are reprehensible and disgusting. And I want to give you a chance before the entire country to correct your false and defamatory claim. Based on what you know today, Madam Secretary,
Don't fuck it up.
were Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists?
Uh-oh.
Congressman, what happened in Minnesota in those two incidents was an absolute tragedy.
Were
And I
they
offer my
domestic terrorists, as you said to the
and my
country?
condolences to their families, because I know that their lives will never be the same after that happened.
Is that an apology
And I
for what
was-
you said?
We, in those incidents, offer as much information as we can from officers and agents on the ground
She
in a
can't do
chaotic
it.
scene. That
Nope.
gets
I'll repeat my
Bitch,
question
say
with
the
my
words.
time. Based on what you know today, Madam Secretary, based on what you know today, were Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists?
As you know, There's ongoing investigations that are being led by the
Oh, but you didn't wait for the investigation, did you? You didn't wait for the evidence. You proclaimed that they were domestic terrorists at the time. Why did you do that?
And you didn't wait to attack our law enforcement.
Why did you do that?
We're going into a dangerous situation.
Why did you call them
One thing I
domestic
would say
terrorists?
Is our ICE officers and our HSI officers that day risked their lives to protect that scene. So evidence could be reclaimed. So it could be used in the investigation.
They caused
As those violent rioters that
So
were
you're
there,
proud of the fact that you called them domestic terrorists? Is that
those
what you're telling
individuals,
America?
HSI officers put their lives on the line to protect
They
that scene.
are
so
the
evidence that
domestic
we could
terrorists.
have
Yes, they do.
thorough
Yes, they
and
do. But you
accurate
told a lie about them. You said that they were domestic terrorists. Do you regret that?
I offer my condolences to those families.
Wow.
Based on what you know today, were Renee Good and Alex Preddy domestic terrorists?
There's ongoing investigations, and so I
So
can't.
you still don't know. You think that's an open question?
I would think you would want there to still be investigations going into these
Wow.
situations.
Well, you stated the conclusion 2 hours after they were killed that they were domestic terrorists. I wanted to give you an opportunity to correct the record, not just for their family, but for everybody in America who believes in the truth and fairness and honesty.
In every situation, as facts come out, we relay.
You know, your acting ICE director, Todd Lyons, came before Congress. He said he had no knowledge whatsoever that Alex Preddy and Renee Good were domestic terrorists. None. This is your guy. He said that. He admitted that that was wrong. Why won't you admit it?
We'll tell you the investigation is still ongoing, and we'll.
So do you regret speaking before the investigation?
I would say that in those situations,
You regret
the
that?
chaotic scene on the ground, we relay information to the American people that they're asking for. And as the things change, situations change.
People were asking you whether they were domestic terrorists?
We
And you
continue to
decided that they were before the investigation?
As we learn more, we.
You don't want to say anything to their families?
I did. I said, I condolences.
For what?
I'm
How about an apology for what you said about their loved
My
ones?
heart is with them.
Yeah.
We will continue to stand with them as they get a complete investigation into these situations.
All right. Well, let me ask you some questions of law if you can't handle the facts. Very simple questions of law, not trick questions. Is it lawful for federal agents to shoot and kill a person for engaging in peaceful protest and nothing else? That's a yes or no
Say
question.
Each instances in peaceful protest, no, it's not.
Okay,
But I would
good.
say
Is it
if-
lawful for federal agents to shoot and kill a person for filming them on a public street? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Is it lawful for federal agents to shoot and kill a person just because that person is lawfully carrying a holstered firearm under the Second Amendment in state law?
No.
And finally, yes or no, is it lawful for federal agents to shoot an innocent person or even a criminal suspect just for driving away from them, according to the Supreme Court?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got the law right.
already threw those
And I
guys under
hope
the
you
bus.
would rethink what you said about two good, honest, faithful American citizens and what that means to their families when you say that as Secretary of Homeland Security. And your ICE guy has already retracted that, and you should retract it too. I yield back to you, Mr. Chairman.
You got fired.
Yeah, she's not going to be answering any more questions, will she?
No,
Well,
she'll
yeah,
be
she
answering
might
them
be.
in court.
Yeah.
At trial. She's not built for trial.
Actually, she could still get subpoenaed by Congress,
Good.
Her body just said.
and she won't have the cover of the administration.
Oh no, they're gonna throw her to the wolves now.
They threw
Anything
them
bad that they did was only her.
The two guys that shot Alex were brown, so their names came out immediately, and I was just like, "Oh!" It took a week of people having to do digging to figure out who the other one was, and then for the brown dudes, it's like, "Oh yeah, it was them."
Who had like been with the agency for years.
Yeah, that's the guy who shot Renee. He's been there like 10 years or whatever.
Do I really think she'll get subpoenaed by Congress? After November of this year, yes.
Tom Tillis said, "If I don't get my answers, I'll fucking I'm putting a monkey wrench inside the gears. I'm shutting this whole fucking committee down until I get answers from this bitch."
It could even be this Congress, like the oversight committee. They might do that shit.
They should.
So yeah, let's wrap this up. Content, Jamie Raskin.
That was an A.
Yep, solid A.
Whew. I'm that's A's across the board, honestly.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Maybe an S for vibes. It's close.
I'm a
I
little
would give him
sleepy.
an S for vibes. He didn't pull any punches, man. He went after it.
He did.
And
Oh.
and there are a number of Congress people who went after her and like didn't hold back, Republicans included. So
if they're
you
ever
guys
going to
are fun
defend the
doing that-
Second Amendment, they have to defend Alex Preddy. Like, it's
All she had to say was, "I'm sorry." That's all she
see.
had to say.
Yeah.
all right.
So we're
Ooh.
doing A's across the board. Is that what we said?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
McKinnon says in our group chat here, I give it an A plus 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 plus.
Isn't that an
There
S?
you go.
Pretty much.
Almost.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Kristen
A's
Hall.
across the board for Raskin
Fuck this
there.
guy list.
Poor Ice Barbie.
Yeah.
Gnome,
Let's see. Is
gnome.
Christy on the actual list at all? Hold on.
Don't bother, Tim. She's going straight into fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, she is number 2 on the bottom list.
Probably from her approval hearings.
So I'm sure there'll be future videos of Christy Nome. So
We will see this bitch again.
Yeah.
she'll be back.
All right, Mikey, are we not showing the other video with the veteran because of?
Yeah, we don't want to get dinged.
oh
But
yeah,
feel
we would
free to-
definitely get dinged for that shit.
Feel free to Google the Marine who got his arm snapped in the door earlier
Oh my
today.
God, that was
Uh-huh.
gruesome.
That was gruesome is right. It was
And
like,
if people
oh,
if people want information, it's Marine Corps veteran Brian McGinnis, who was dragged from the Senate subcommittee hearing by Capitol Security yesterday. So go look it up on your own. It's content warning. It's not pleasant. But share that because that's how they treat veterans.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this sleepy episode of Unboxed.
it was.
Sleepy box show.
The sleep box.
Gentlemen, I have to let you in on a little secret.
7.
Uh-oh.
I have officially given McKinnon control of our merch.
Oh no.
Good.
We have merch.
We will.
All right. It can only good happen.
So he has the login for the shop.
Nice.
And
We have a shop.
We do. It's just been empty because we don't have time.
That's funny.
We could just turn our whole soundboard into t-shirts, honestly.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good.
So anyway,
tell me about it.
Listeners, subscribers, members, be on the lookout for
The day of
future merch.
The day of reckoning comes.
The day of reckoning comes
for all.
All right.
The nap box.
For sure.
Yeah, nap box for sure.
Yep.
We'll do leaderboard next time. I don't have the brain capacity to calculate that. So,
and to tell you the truth, Tim, no one listens to you.
You know what?
What?
Fuck you guys. How about that?
You just list the same names like so fast.
So fast? Do you want me to slow it down?
No.
So you can hear it.
We need graphics with banners with the names. Number 5.
Uh-huh.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Fuck the hell off.
All right.
Ooh, that is a good Hildy idea, McKinnon. Oh yeah.
Nobody else saw that except for you, Mark. We're leaving. I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
That's my
Good
first
night.
hoodie
We
right
love
there.
you. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Good
We'll be
night.
more awake in a week.
Drink your
Hopefully
meat.
I sleep before then. Drink your meat.